What's up, sons? It's Blind Rod with Son of a Tech, and I am bringing you finally the unboxing of the Biostar X370GT7 Racing, which is kind of dumb. I don't like the racing branding, to be honest, but it is what it is. If you guys want the specs on the paper, or the paper specs, I did take a look at those when I pre-ordered, and in my pre-order video, if you guys want to check that out. Of course, this is going to be for the new Ryzen CPUs, socket AM4. It also does support your APUs, or the new ones that will be coming out, but you would not be buying this if you were getting one of those, I don't think. Anyways, it does support Crossfire and SLI, of course. The B350s do not. And yeah, so let's kind of go through this. It does support the XFR, all that kind of stuff. The only thing that really is lacking for me is there's only a single M.2 slot, which is at 32 gigabits a second. But let's go ahead and open it. The features, like I said, I went over already. So I'm just kind of looking at getting it open. Well, we'll go around the box here for you guys. It is nice. I wish they would have windowed this, but it's okay. That's pretty nice still. And then at the top, you'll see that we got the free Biostar M200 240 gigabyte SSD and a World of Tanks premium account, which I don't really play World of Tanks, but that's cool. Alrighty, so here's the back of the box. Lightning charger, vivid LED armor that will hopefully be able to turn off. M.2 cooling protection, which probably doesn't work. We'll need to test that out and see if it actually does do anything, and so on and so forth. We got 50/50 LED fun zone, and then DigiPower. Now, the main reason I got this board was because the ASRock Fatality was sold out, and the MSI and ASUS power phases were poor. So I got this board because this has one of the highest power phases, second to the ASRock. There's no shielding, which is interesting. There's no bag, which kind of disappoints me. I really hope that we're okay here. I hadn't opened this yet, so shit. What the fuck, guys? That's not good. Bad on you guys. You'll see the standoff brackets. Luckily, I'll show you guys here in a second. I actually have the H110i GT, not the GTX, so I don't need the adapter bracket. We can go ahead and install that right away. Here's the M.2 cooling. Here's all the capacitors. Doesn't seem like that much, but yeah, should be good. Let's go ahead and pull it out. I do see some interesting stuff under this junk here. This is not an easy unboxing. So here we go. We'll pull that out. I wonder if it's, yeah, so the M.2 drive is already pre-installed. Interesting. So all this is kind of just thrown in here. I'm not super happy with this. There's the I/O shield. Some SATA cables. We got 4 SATA cables. And the guidebook with a crappy manual, or CD manual with drivers and utilities that we won't worry about. I'm going to go ahead, and obviously this was already opened. I thought maybe they didn't package it right, but it looks like whenever Newegg repackaged it, they fucked me. Like they seem to do quite often. So I will go back to Amazon for as many orders as I can. Oh, it's going to make me grumpy. It's going to make me super grumpy. Okay, so we're going to tilt you guys down here. And here's the M.2 slot. I bet you the drive's down here. Do I have a small enough screwdriver here? There we go. There's a 1. The mounting's different than what I've seen before. I think that's because of this little M.2 cooling thing, which apparently, so this is pre-installed, and it does have a thermal pad on it. Now this does actually, as opposed to the MSI ones, if you see here, this actually has some fins on it. So this might actually do something, which is cool. I'm not going to be using this drive in this build, so we're going to go ahead and pull it out. And it pops out pretty easily. So there we go. This is the free one. It's just a 240 gigabyte, and it's over SATA. It's not PCIe. So that's that right there. Set that to the side. I think that's going to go into the test bench, and then the test bench SSD is going to come out. Go into this with my OCZ RD400, and then we'll be good to go. If you guys want to take a look at the board some more, it's pretty standard everything's in the right place. It does look like it is just an 8-pin CPU power, additional power. You got some, I guess these are light touch. These are touch. So you got touch power, reset, sport, and eco modes, which we'll have to take a look at and figure out what those do. You got your, it looks like they were putting OK checks on the fans. So you got 2 CPU fans up here. It looks like we got RGB LED down here. I thought there were 2 RGB LEDs, but I'm not sure. We got a system fan up here, right there. So how many fan headers is that? We got 3 fan headers, and we have 2 USB 2.0 headers, 2 3.0 headers, which is kind of interesting. That's kind of cool. And then our I/O panel looks like, oh, here's 2 more system fans. So it looks like just 1 RGB LED. Pretty feature full for the most part. Oh, there is. There's the second one. Right there. Second RGB LED. So that's all of them. On the back I/O, you got the USB 3.0 ports. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. USB-C. I'm sure one of these is 2.0. And then DisplayPort and HDMI and Ethernet. Now my original plan was to go ahead and swap this right in to my main build, but with the, oh man, with it being out of the box like this, I think we're going to throw it in the test bench first and throw the Noctua cooler on it and boot it up and make sure everything's running okay before we do that. So that's what we're going to do. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe over here probably. And until next time, I'll see you next Tuesday.